So I'm changing the view so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing with my hands here. So first, what do we need? I use 2 pieces of silk. This is a Habatai, very, very fine silk, probably 5 moms. So this is probably 3 moms. I'm using one of my favorites, Margilan silk, they call it. It comes from Uzbekistan. But you can use anything, even old silk scarf you can cut. Or if you don't want to use silk, you don't have to. Or you can use only 1 layer. Or the other option is to use cheesecloth. It actually will work too. Also, what we need merino wool. This is like really fine one. I think it's 16 microns. You can go up to maybe 21. If you are in the United States, probably Woolery is not a bad place to shop. Woolery.com, I can leave their link in the bottom of my video. This is roving, so as you can see, all wool is aligned one direction. And there is a reason why I'm using roving here, because there's another way it comes in carded when like all hair different direction. But for this specific project, I would like to use roving, okay? So we need spray bottle, water, soapy water, just could dump like a little bit of a dishwash liquid. This is a special like Felter's sprinkler, but you don't need it. You can be just a bottle. Also, you need super sharp scissors to cut your silk. I use the one brand Kai. If you have any other one, maybe something from your, I don't know, hairdressers, use really nice one, or without sharp scissors, you will not be able to cut it perfectly. Also, we may use the net, because after I put the wool, I will cover it with this net and spray and rub it and even everything. This is actually new types of dishcloths, which works pretty good. Or I use big pieces of mosquito net. I will use 2 pieces of plastic, 2 strips of plastic. So this time I want to run a little bit of a holes here. I think I don't know how to say it right, so I can run my strips for them. We'll try to do that. I didn't do it last time, but this time I think I'll try to do that. And to press wool, I use a sander, and it's a real sander. So from agitation, I make all the wool and silk together bond. If you don't have a sander, it's probably not a big of a deal. You can use like little massage roller or something. Let me show you. Little roller to press the wool. It just will take you longer, but it will work. Also, I use this like super noisy gloves, but they are the best. It's for the food serving. And I will use measurement tape. I use towels. And maybe I will use a little pipe to roll for shrinking that piece. Maybe I can do without it. I'll decide on the way, because this is a fast video. I'm just deciding on the go, okay? So first of all, we need to make a template. So I will show you it right here. Maybe you can somehow make a copy of that screen or something like that. It's my personal template which I created, as far as that numbers, 6 on the side, 15 wide, 10.5 in the wider part. You see how like the part for the nose is a little bit higher. I actually took some sewing template, which would look like that, a half. and they saw these two pieces and they put them together like that with little curve. So I get rid of the curve and I did that. So you can contact me, maybe I can email to you the PDF or something if you need it perfect, but this whole idea. The size of this thing came out because I know how much my piece will shrink. It can be a little bit big, a little bit small. It depends on your shrinkage of your wool you'll be using, your materials. But overall, it's about probably 1.5, 1.7 times. So, so what's happening here on my table right now? I already cut the piece of blue silk, and I had this piece of plastic with the template, and I cut it nicely. I was spraying. I want to show you how I cut this silk. I spray with water like that, and then I take my super fine scissors. Now I'm cutting the second piece of the silk. Oops, excuse me. I need my glasses. I don't wear them. I have to put my glasses on. Sorry. So I have to, cut the, even if it's not perfect, it's okay. But you can see that my scissors are super sharp, so I'm doing it really good. I'm just pull it a little bit off, and then I just cut them like that. So I have no problem. If you don't have sharp scissors like that, I can guarantee you even can do that. So the first layer I cut I traced kind of the template itself, but this I'm just tracing already the first layer. And just take me a second. The reason I use the silk again, because I want the silky part to go on my face. So on the outside, it doesn't have to be silk. You don't have to use anything. I just use this blue one to kind of make it nicely or whatever. Like I said, it can be some old scarf with a pattern. I won't worry about decoration so much, but still, we are artists, right? Well, so I have two pieces here now. Let me take the, essentially I'll show you one trick. Every time I take anything wet from the table, and I don't want to wrinkle it, I want to leave it in the same shape, I use the pipe to roll it on and then to roll it back off. This way I'm kind of saving the layout. I do it with the wet wool, same thing. It wasn't me who came up with that, but I used the trick. Okay, so I'll put it away. Fun. So now I want to collect water a little bit. It seems a little bit wet, but that's fine. So now the main thing is, how do we lay out the wool? So I will tell you from my experience and from like something I learned from very good professional felters. If we do several fine layers, we can form in pretty much any shape. So if we do one thick layer, it would be hot, it would be thick, and it could be a little bit flumpy. So what I will try to do, I will try to do super fine layer this way and super fine layer this way. And then maybe just a little bit of zigzag and stuff, just throw little pieces just to make it even, okay? Except along the perimeter, I'm going to lay all the wool that direction. I mean, I hope that most of you can lay wool, you know how to felt so already. So this is not, it's kind of tutorial for the very beginners, I guess. So it's a little bit wet here, but it's okay. So along the perimeter, we're going this way. So when it shrinks, we want to keep that shape, and we want to form it right around our own face. This is why I'm doing this way. So this is how I'm going to do it along the perimeter. And then, this wool is so fine I can't even talk while I'm using it. Okay. And then I will, the rest, oops. You can see I'm trying to stay inside the, inside my silky pot, so I don't want anything to go out so much right now, just maybe a little bit. I mean, no, I'm not going to go out at all, because I will fold that pieces, the silky part a little bit. Here on the edges, see what I'm doing? When on the curves, I'm doing group of here, I put it right there. So I'm not trying to connect, I'm trying to go around the curve right now here. Maybe same here. I'm not sure how much wool I will use. It depends what kind of wool you have. I will still go and think about laying. So this is the way I lay that up around everything around here. It's really thick when I talk about putting a thin layer. This is a very thick layer, but I need it thick here because I want to form it later. So this will be the thickest part of the whole mask. And the rest, it's more about gluing all these layers of silk and wool together. Let me see if I have any pieces. Okay, guys, this wool is so fine that I can't hold it. Just flying away a little bit for me. Okay, maybe let it pull this way. I have now. See, now I'll be doing super fine layers. They will. I just going like just a few hair, just a little bit. So fine. So fine. And this will be my one layer. Again, this way. And then it will be my another layer this way. Okay. And maybe the other layer will be like a little bit on the edge this way. I'm just showing you this corner. Okay, and this is how fine the whole thing should be. They say that mask can be made from any unwoven material. So I guess this is what we need. Okay, so this is how fine it would be. Let me finish laying the wool, and I'll record another video, and you will find in my YouTube channel this playlist, and it will be the whole playlist. There will be a few videos like how to do this. Okay, so it will be just faster.